New video this morning of what appears to be Alex Preddy, the man shot and killed by Customs and Border Protection agents on Saturday, clashing with federal immigration officers just 11 days before he was fatally shot.
Take a look at this video from January 13th that was obtained by the news movement. Now you can see...
All right, guys. What is up? Welcome back to another video. So I didn't make a video about this ICE shooting yet, and I thought I might as well because I didn't really give my thoughts on it. And I like to talk about these, current subjects or current events that are happening during this insane time that we're alive. It's literally a month in January. I mean, January's ending tomorrow, depending on when I release this video. Probably will be over, but it's just been a wild ride. And if you guys haven't seen this, this video is called Alex Preddy Clashed with ICE Days Before Death. New video. So let's check it out.
The man identified by the BBC as Preddy in the brown jacket there, and what he's doing is screaming at a car full of agents. He then actually goes ahead and kicks the car to the point that he knocks out the tail light there, and then the agents do come out, they swarm him, they pin him to the ground. We can see that there appears to be a handgun in his waistband. It's similar to the gun that was seen in the footage from the actual encounter that led to his death. Now, it's unclear if Preddy was detained following that incident or charged with anything. The DHS says they are aware of the video and are analyzing it.
A lawyer from the Preddy family confirmed to CBS News that the man in the footage was Preddy and told CBS, quote, "Nothing that happened a full week before could possibly have justified Alex's killing at the hands of ICE on January 24th. As of this morning, at least 2 agents involved in that fatal shooting have been put on administrative leave." The new video comes as tensions in Minnesota continue to escalate. Yesterday, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey met with border czar Tom Homan, writing on X, quote, "I shared with Mr. Homan the serious negative impacts Operation Metro Surge has had on Minneapolis and surrounding communities, as well as the strain it's put on our local police officers."
Yeah, so, I mean, you guys clearly saw the video, and that was days before he got killed. He's kicking the ICE vehicles. He's obviously armed. So it's like, what are the ICE agents supposed to do exactly? Like, obviously, again, it's unfortunate someone died, but it's like, bro, you're literally asking for it. Like, what the hell are you doing? What do you expect? This is law enforcement doing their job, coming into your city and trying to clear the invaders. And you respond by kicking his car? Kicking their car and trying to obstruct what they're doing? I mean, you just have it coming at that point.
I also made it clear that Minneapolis does not and will not enforce federal immigration laws, and that we will remain focused on keeping our neighbors and streets safe. City leaders will continue to stay in conversation with Mr. Homan and his team. And Homan even...
Again, just one more comment. It's like when Jacob Frey, the mayor of the city, starts saying all this bullshit, it incentivizes people to go and do this, to go clash with ICE. These people need to be held accountable, especially the people in the government. Tim Walz, Jacob Frey. What the hell are you doing? They're coming to clean up your fucking city, and then you say shit like this, that obviously these delusional leftists are going to go out and act in such a way. The blame is on them. Like, these people are cattle. They can't think for themselves. They consume the mainstream media every single day.
Code Frey's call for community safety and communications during a press conference this morning. Let's take a listen.
In my meetings with folks so far, and most important, the governor and the AG, the Mayor Frey, we didn't agree on everything. One thing we did agree on, though, everybody I talked to agreed on, was that community safety is paramount. One thing we all agreed on was U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement is a legitimate law enforcement agency that has a duty to enforce the laws enacted by Congress. That said, I'm not here because the federal government has carried its mission out perfectly.
Despite that, President Trump seemed surprised at Frey's refusal to work with federal immigration enforcement. And he rattled off this warning moments later on Truth Social. Surprisingly, Mayor Jacob Frey just stated that Minneapolis does not and will not enforce federal immigration laws. This is after having had a very good conversation with him. Could somebody in his inner sanctum please explain that this statement is a very serious violation of the law and that he is playing with fire? Frey responded, "The job of our police is to keep people safe, not enforce Fed immigration laws. I want them preventing homicides, not hunting down a working dad who contributes to Minneapolis and is from Ecuador. It's similar to the policy your guy Rudy had in New York City. Everyone should feel safe calling 911. That didn't sit well with the vice president, J.D. Vance, who jumped in with his 2 cents. How about federal law enforcement? Should they feel safe calling 911? Right now they don't because you've told your police officers not to help them.
As you read this, didn't you?
Insanity.
I mean, not didn't
Absolute
you,
insanity.
but I would say, as somebody at home who lives in Minneapolis right now, watching my leaders or leadership on X doing this is trash. People really want some answers and want a proper investigation. They supposedly sent Homan in there. Frey is being childish by immediately rebuking him on X. The president is being childish by jumping in when you try to send in the mediator to calm the situation down. The president is also speaking out of both sides of his mouth by also saying we want to abide by laws, but then they don't want to abide by their own gun laws that are in place protecting the fact that Preddy is allowed to hold a gun without being killed. He's going around saying, well, I wouldn't bring a gun to a protest when he's being interviewed. He has to abide by the laws of this country also, but he's calling Frey out.
That's
I think
true.
that everybody should calm down, and that's exactly what Homan said this morning.
Yes,
that's what you said. I mean,
I
calm
appreciate
down
what
from 2
Homan
weeks
said
ago.
very much.
And I just don't
he
understand
said, we'll
why.
look at it, and not everything's been done perfectly, but we're going to conduct targeted operations. I think that's a very satisfying statement. Now, we should address this new video because this was a lot of subject of conversation yesterday into the evening as it came out. I don't think anybody should be kicking a police vehicle, knocking out the lights. That's maybe that feels good to you in the moment. That is not effective political change. It's violation of the law. It's property destruction. I've kicked my washing machine in blind fury a couple times. All I do is hurt my foot. I'm not accomplishing anything. So he could have been charged in relation. I mean, the tackling of him, and if he was detained or charged as a result of that, would have been totally proper. Now, the issue is, because I see a lot of people who are, critical of him going, aha, this is our smoking gun, this changes everything. Well, okay, but that incident took place a week before. It doesn't affect the calculation for whether in the incident where he died, they were authorized to use deadly force, maybe in some very extreme scenario where if they had happened to recognize or remember him from that one, nor does it, again, Kristi Noem said what she said about him before she knew any of this.
Right.
So,
because they said yesterday they didn't. It
doesn't really change anything about the conduct of law enforcement, or whether it was a justified shooting or not, or whether we need an investigation, or whether it was right or wrong to prejudge the situation. It does. I do think there was already a rush, as there always in the mainstream media, to canonize him and say, oh, he was the most perfect, sweetest, wonderfulest person who's ever lived. No, you saw him in anger kick out the lights of a police vehicle, and
well, I think that's just the problem with our society, is that sometimes when people die and we try to justify it, we feel like we need to make them a saint to say that their life was worth living.
Like they did with George Floyd.
He can go to, George Floyd can get arrested, go to jail for doing anything illegal. He doesn't need to be killed. So that's the point, that we took it too far. And so just because you had a prior clash with police officers or law enforcement does not mean that you deserve to die in a moment where you might have another clash.
No, but nor does it mean you deserve sainthood.
Yeah, and I never agree with sainthood, because I think that falsifies that people deserve to live just because they do, as opposed to because they're a saint they deserve to live. No, we have laws because people should go to jail when they commit crimes.
Right.
And so that always has been my issue with ordaining people that just were killed for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, and it's another good reminder to just, before you spout off on social media, when you've seen a clip, you know what's going on, you know the context, just wait. You'll never be wrong to just wait.
Up next, President Trump.
Perfect. They both had points, to be honest. Obviously, I'm not a fan of any government overreach. But yeah, I mean, at a certain point, it's you don't have to kill them. But then, the George Floyd situation, he was literally overdosed. Or this guy, he's kicking a vehicle. That shouldn't be the first option, but can we blame the officers for doing what they're doing when their lives are at danger from these radical left-wing lunatics? I don't think we can, to be honest. But I do not support government overreach. But honestly, like these situations, it's seeming justified to me. I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below about it. Was it justified? Was it not? Should the cops had done something different? But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Really helps out the algorithm. And I'll see you all next time.